All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is only going to be a partial video, but I'm going to just do some live research, give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing. I actually have an encyclopedia next to me, and I have already signed into Macinvia, so I've got my research links ready to go. First thing that I'm going to do, I'm using Microsoft Word just because that's the one that I'm familiar with. If you would like a little bit more space, one of the things that I'll do is just change the margins to narrow because that gives me a little bit more space. And then I'm also going to go ahead and change this. Is going to put a 10-point space between sections, and I'm going to go ahead and actually just reduce that to 0. I go back over here to Home, this top tab. This is where all the fonts and everything are. It automatically starts me out at 1.15 spacing. I'm happy with that. I told you all don't go more than 1.5, but 1.15 is great. If you go to single spacing, it gets a little bit difficult to read. This is a really small font, so I'm going to go to one that I find really easy to read. You can use whatever you want, but please stay away from anything that's got italics or anything that looks like cursive or calligraphy. It's really hard for us to read. Okay, so I've got everything set the way that I want it, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my rubric. If you have the online rubric up, then you can very simply copy everything that's on the checkpoint that you're searching. And then I'm also going to even go ahead and include this because I can put that in my heading. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste that onto this particular page, and I'm going to make my heading. So if I go to the right, then my heading will be more obvious. I'll put my name, and sorry that you're going to hear a lot of me typing and not talking. You need to have your name for sure. You need to have your teacher's name and then the period that you're in, and then the date can go on the same line. And today's date is 11/30/2015. Okay. Then your title should go in the middle, research checkpoint 1, history, and then in parentheses, make sure that you include your country's name. I realize that Jamaica is not a Spanish-speaking country. That's why I'm doing my research on Jamaica. I don't want to do a Spanish-speaking country and complete somebody's research for them. Okay, so I don't need the fact that this is 10 points on here. That's just taking up space. I know that the first thing I need to do is provide a picture and explanation of the significance of my country's flag, so I'm going to do that. I'll tell you right now, the easiest place to find that information is on Culturegrams. So I'm going to go to Culturegrams. Once I open it, it's going to give me several options. You're going to go to the World Edition and then find where your country is. Central America and Hispaniola, Cuba and Puerto Rico, all that is going to be over here to the right of North America, and then all the South American countries are included in South America. Jamaica should be included in North America. If you look around down here, you'll see a lot of the islands right in here. I find Jamaica right here. Click on your island or your country, and one of the first things that you'll see if you scroll down a little bit on that opening page is a picture of the flag and an explanation of the flag. So I'm going to right click on this. I'm not going to just copy the image. I'm actually going to go ahead and save the image. So what I'll do is maybe just create a new folder that is my research. Now, I've already got one, but this is a very good idea for you is to create a folder that has all of your research in it. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my projects for this year. And it's going to be 11/30/15 Jamaica flag. Why is it important for me to put the date on there? Well, if I go back and I want to find something, knowing which research checkpoint that I used it for is going to help me to be able to locate that resource when I want to go back and put it in the brochure. Okay, I found the flag. I'm going to go ahead and copy the flag in here. So I insert a picture. And all I have to do is find the picture that I just saved. This has got to be fascinating for those of you watching. Sorry. All right. If I leave the flag this size, it's going to chew up way too much space. So what I want to do is just reduce it. That's big enough. It doesn't need to be very large. And then another thing that you can do is add a caption to it, which just makes it an easy place for you to include the citation information and also to let yourself know when you're including it later what this was. This is pretty simple. Jamaican flag. That's all I have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and caption that, and then I'm going to go ahead and change this on here real quickly. It automatically inserts that little figure 1 title, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of the text on here to make it a little bit easier to read, maybe increase the size. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is include my citation for this source. So changed all of my spacing on here. You got to keep an eye on that, otherwise it'll chew up a bunch of space. Okay, so I need to get my citation information for this, so I'm going to go back over here to the Culturegrams page. And on Culturegrams, if you take a look at the very bottom of the page, it says Generate Citation. Click on MLA, and it actually provides you an MLA citation right there. Highlight that, copy it, or just click on Copy Citation. That would have been even faster. And then paste it here, and you got your citation done. I would suggest making the citations either a different color or a different font, or make them italicized or something like that, just because it makes it stand out a little bit more. All right, so I've already got a picture. I've got a citation right here adjacent to the picture. Now all I need is some information about the flag. So I'm going to go ahead and change the wrapping for this so that it is tight, which means that text can be around the flag. And I'm going to go ahead and move the citation back in place down there. You kind of just have to play around with these things until you find what you want it to look like. Now I'm going to get some information. So I go back to Culturegrams up to where the information of the flag is, and can I just copy this and paste it? Nope, I cannot, because that would be plagiarism. I have to actually read the information. This is kind of hard for me to read on here, so I am going to go ahead and paste it, and then I'm going to rewrite it in my own words and then delete what I copied and pasted. So I've just pasted the information. This is the flag of Jamaica adopted on the 6th of August, 1962. So on August 6th, 1962, Jamaica adopted the current flag, which has a gold X-shaped cross through the center with green triangles above and below and black triangles to each side. The phrase, now I'm going to go ahead and copy the whole phrase here because it is a direct quote. So the phrase, the sun shineth, the land is green, and the people are strong and creative, is represented and, well, I'm sorry, is reflected in these colors. Gold represents natural wealth of the land and sunshine. The green represents agriculture and hope, and the black represents the creativity and strength of the people of Jamaica. There we go. Now, is this very similar to this? Yes. Is it in my own words? Yes. Did I just copy and paste it? Nope. I'm actually deleting what I copied and pasted right now. So this is only my words. Now, I want you to take a quick moment here, pause the video, and I want you to ask yourself, is this written in a way that it sounds like something that a 6th, 7th, or 8th grader might have written? Is it something that makes sense to you? Is it something that would feel comfortable if you were saying this to kids your age? Because that's one of the important things that you need to think about each time. Guys, I only got the first part done. I'll have to make a second video for the timeline. I will do that and post it shortly. Have an excellent day, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, check out the actual completed mock research before you start your own. Adios.